Hey, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a walk around of what my machine looks like in real life, just so you have a bit of a reference. Um, the front panel uh, just looks, like this. It's removable, and there are corner connectors at the top and bottom. And then the top panel is also removable, although I made a dumb decision and put these up here. So my next mod, I'm gonna cut this, actually probably more in the middle, and I'm gonna center mount the pass-throughs to a non-removable section, and then just have the umbilicals start from like right here. And I think that's gonna be easier to work with. But moving on, so the reason that I have 49 millimeter versus 47, I'm trying to think here. 44, 45, 46, 47. It had something to do with the difference that I use for these. It had something to do with the difference in length needed for positioning the centerpieces. Once you remove the panel from here. So let me show you the back panel real quick. So yeah, I took that electronics panel this was one piece, but it used to be 44 millimeters that direction, and I pulled it back. And so this is one piece, and then this is another piece. And trying to think what else you might need. This is all eventually going to get taken off and put into a DIN rail system. I'm just building a cabinet right now. Yeah, so the big mods, I'm going to be printing out of aluminum, or not printing, sorry, cutting out of ACM, like a 47 millimeter wide panel to go here, to go across the bottom, because right now that is also open air. Let's see, my VAOC is attached to that arm. I wound up having to basically mirror that stabilizer and then mount it from the underside, and that's just to give clearance for the nozzle that needs to be able to move through that space for the VOC Z offset operations that are being done right now. Oh, the other big change that I made. So the original 3.1 had 550 millimeter Y rails, and I updated to use 600 meter Y rails so that you could get a full range of motion. And that could be, if you were asking about like millimeters for placement, it's probably because of this. I updated the design, but I actually haven't even updated my own parts yet, just because I wound up not needing probably about 20 millimeters of that space. So what winds up happening is when you come far enough back here, I'll show you. So before you even, shit, I probably just broke my LCD screen. Nope. Oh well, got spares anyways. As this moves all the way back, God, this is a pain in the ass. Before it can actually hit the end stop there, it's already colliding with the bracket. So the only time that it actually goes the full travel that it needs that space would be if the tool motor is probably like 40 millimeters away from the edge. But that's more than enough space, as you can see here, to clear the DAOC. So it does go back, by my calculations, I'm setting the maximum travel to 540 millimeters, and that's about 7 or 8 millimeters further than it needs to go, which is enough to play around with positioning on the front if you need to. One other slight change, just clearance wise, that I had to make is that I had to pull the shrouds off of here. So when this comes all the way forward, so here's the full range of motion. So watch the clearance for this as it goes all the way left and right. That fan, yeah, there's zero clearance there. So if I put that shroud on, it would actually stop this from being able to go all the way left to right. God damn it, my camera work sucks. Anyway, this wouldn't be a huge problem except during homing, which kind of sucks. So at the end of the day, you can see the design influence on this and why the VCore 4 is actually 80 millimeters or so. I think it's 60 or 80 millimeters smaller in wide than the wide boy versions were for 3.1, and that's just positioning and stuff like that of the arm. So actually, when I get a chance to finish building my cabinet, I'm just gonna scrap this enclosure, do an insulated cabinet, and then trim down the Y to be the size of the VCore 4, and that will allow me to use a titanium or even a steel tube for this axis, and that should for this gantry, so that should limit like deflection and stuff. Yeah, that's my setup. If you have any questions, let me know.